All right, let's just jump right in. Today, we are talking about those final, absolutely frantic hours right before what was maybe the most anticipated announcement in tech history, the launch of GPT-5. The air was just thick with rumors, leaks, and a whole lot of crazy speculation. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so picture this. The date is August 7th, 2025. All across the world, I mean, from developers in their basements to just casual users, everyone is just refreshing their feeds over and over, waiting for some kind of signal from OpenAI. You could literally feel it. Something huge was about to drop. And how did we know? Well, because OpenAI's own CEO, Sam Altman, had dropped this super cryptic little hint earlier in the week. That's it. Just 3 words. But it was more than enough to send the rumor mill into complete overdrive. But honestly, no one was quite ready for what came next. Yeah, because this wasn't just another product launch. The hype, the leaks, the sheer scale of what this thing could supposedly do, it all pointed to a moment of real, genuine transformation. That countdown wasn't just for a live stream. It felt like a countdown to a whole new chapter in AI. So, the exact moment that all this wild speculation turned into near certainty, it didn't come from some formal press release. Nope. It was a single, brilliantly simple post on X.com that just lit the fuse. And get this is all it took. A single character. OpenAI just swapped the S in live stream for a 5. That was it. That was the bat signal the entire tech world had been waiting for. GPT-5 was officially, for real, on its way. And with the launch now basically confirmed, the floodgates just burst open. As the minutes ticked down to that live stream, a torrent of unconfirmed but incredibly juicy information started surfacing from literally every corner of the web. One of the first really big leaks appeared to show an entire family of GPT-5 models. You had the main GPT-5 for heavy-duty logic, a mini version for more affordable apps, a nano for pure speed, and a chat model for enterprise. The big takeaway here was clear. This wasn't just one new model. It was a whole new ecosystem. And then you see this quote pop up on social media, just 2 words, "Holy hell." And you know what? That simple, visceral reaction just captured the feeling perfectly, because an even more dramatic leak was about to drop. And this one wasn't about model names. It was about raw, unbelievable power. Then came this, a rumored benchmark score that showed the sheer scale of the leap we were talking about. This chart shows a supposed score on something called the ARC AGI-2 logic test, which measures abstract reasoning. And look, if this was even remotely accurate, GPT-5 wasn't just an improvement, it was a monumental jump, completely dwarfing every model that came before it. So just as the tech world is trying to wrap its head around these insane performance leaks, the man at the center of it all, Sam Altman, he decides to add his own layer of mystery and, frankly, a little bit of unease to the whole thing. With zero context, no explanation, nothing. Altman posts this one ominous image from Star Wars, the Death Star. What on earth was he trying to say? Was he boasting about its power, or was it a warning about its potential danger? The internet, of course, went absolutely wild trying to figure it out. And this fits a familiar pattern for Altman. He's this fascinating character. On the one hand, he's the ultimate visionary, talking about how AI can reshape the world for the better. But on the other hand, he's the warner, the guy who admits he finds his own creation scary. That Death Star post was pure Altman, totally exciting and deeply unsettling, all at the same time. Now, in a really fascinating twist, reporters started asking a rival AI, Grok, to interpret the image. And its analysis was spot on. It just nailed the duality. It said the Death Star symbolized immensely powerful AI, a transformative force with potential risks. The AI got the message completely. So, okay, let's just pause for a second. You have these incredible performance leaks on one side, and then you have these cryptic, almost ominous clues from the CEO on the other. It all kind of boiled down to some very, very big questions about what this new era of AI was actually going to mean for all of us. So, in a truly meta turn of events, what do you think journalists started to do? They started asking the current generation of AI models to speculate about their own successor. I mean, if anyone had an inside track on what this kind of evolution feels like, it would have to be them, right? And the responses were just fascinating. Take Microsoft's Copilot. It didn't focus on benchmarks or power. It focused on connection. It dreamed up this idea of an AI that could read your tone, respond with actual empathy, and adapt its personality. It was imagining a future built on emotional intelligence. But when ChatGPT was asked about itself, the answer was totally different. It was way more technical, almost corporate. It described its own evolution as a unified, multivariate system with supercharged reasoning. So you have this amazing contrast. One AI envisioned an emotional friend, while the other saw a more powerful, integrated machine. Of course, not all the chatter was so philosophical. A lot of us had more immediate, practical concerns. Like, would OpenAI finally fix its incredibly confusing model naming scheme? Rumors of a new mid-tier ChatGPT Go subscription also started flying, which led to an even bigger question. What would happen to the powerful free tier we've all come to know and love? And so all of this, the leaks, the benchmarks, the cryptic clues, the practical worries, it all came to a head in that final hour before the live stream was set to begin. 1 hour to go. Across the entire globe, the tech world was just glued to their screens, smashing that refresh button and waiting for the link to drop. Everyone was braced for a reveal that promised to be, for better or worse, a major, major turning point. This post from a journalist on social media just captured the mood of that moment perfectly. It really felt like that. It was this shared feeling that we were all standing on a cliff's edge, that the world of AI as we knew it was about to be fundamentally redefined. And so, as those final seconds ticked away, the world was left holding its breath, with these huge questions just hanging in the air. An empathetic companion or a powerful tool with immense risk? A small step or a giant leap? The only thing that felt certain was that whatever happened next was going to matter. A lot. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.